Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for another Kickstarter Critique where I take a look at a different Kickstarter tabletop game project every weekday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Give my honest thoughts on how that project is being ran. And today, I'm excited for a variety of different reasons. Before we get into that, I do want to mention Onero.com. The link is down below. I used to love them because I thought they made some of the highest quality Kickstarter videos on the planet, as we're about to check out Harry Potter, Defenders of Hogwarts, a board game by MinaLima's video. However, once they sponsored the channel, I found out they did oh so much more, including helping you work on your Kickstarter project, your graphics, a whole variety of things. If you need the best Kickstarter help you can possibly get, check out the link down below. Tell them Bowers Game Corner sent you. But right now, I'm excited to check out Harry Potter Defenders of Hogwarts because I enjoy Harry Potter. I grew up reading the book series. I went to the midnight openings. I read the books to my kids. And this is a board game about it. Looking at the main image, it's, hey, there's the board game, and there's Harry Potter, and it's by MinaLima. That doesn't mean anything to me. And then you're like, oh, but it's the graphic designer of the Harry Potter film series. And I legitimately, I asked this earlier today, do you care? Let me know in the comments below. I thought I cared like a 0 out of 10. But then I really thought about it. I said, no, I think having the graphic designer from that is inevitably, hopefully going to make the game feel more thematic with a lot of little touches. But at the end of the day, I still would go a 3 out of 10 because, yeah, I would much more like to know about your board game design pedigree than, you know, that. In fact, we can make pretty stuff. We can make it look pretty good. But from the graphic designers of the Harry Potter film series comes a whole new tabletop adventure in the wizarding world. So, starting off, I hate everything. I hate everything. No player length, no time count, no age, no mechanisms. Is it cooperative? Is it competitive? Does it have miniatures? Does it have a rondel? Has it hit stretch goals? No information at all. You have done the bare minimum here except pound your chest about, hey, we got Harry Potter and we got the graphic designers, which half of that I care about. And I feel like most people probably care about. But it has raised $600,000, which is good. It should. It's a Harry Potter board game. Let's not lose sight of that. And I have seen them marketing the living snot out of this. I imagine being the graphic designer for the Harry Potter film series probably means that you can afford to really launch the ship well with a lot of advertisements and whatnot. As always with the video, though, I'm thinking 3 things. Do I want it? Can you do it? How much is it? Let's see how they convince 3,532 people that they could. Most likely, it's because it's a Harry Potter game. 314. Wow. Okay. Versus 25.
With
for the 25th anniversary of the movies. I think I remember that last time that I saw Harry Potter thing recently.
Defenders of Hogwarts. We're inviting you guys.
Wow. Okay. I was enjoying looking at the board there, and then you took it away. So it looks like Clue-ish, but with a Harry Potter setting. Hopefully there's way more wrapped around it, but that's the first impression. I do like how it looks. But once again, that's what I say, put it on the main image. Show me the map, show me the board. Give me the, like, oh yeah, we're going to be wandering around this whimsical world of Hogwarts.
You guys back to Hogwarts, and you can choose your house.
Or the dark side. Choose wisely.
Oh, so it's a 1 versus all game? Then you should mention that in the description, because that is a mechanism that a lot of people have strong opinions about. Either good or bad, but mention it.
Hi, I'm Eduardo Lima.
And I'm Mira Formina.
And together we are
Studio MinaLima.
2026 is a very special year for Harry Potter, and also is our 25th anniversary of working together. So for that...
Okay, personal touch on the can you do it. I get it, it's good. Hopefully we don't spend much longer here. We have already well established that you can do this.
That reason we wanted to
at least making it. Show me board game wise. Show me you play testing it. Tell me about the countless reiterations and how things have changed and how deeply thematically tied it is. Hopefully they get into that.
Create something
nice box insert. It's a good start.
Quite special.
Not a special box insert, but a nice box insert, because I do want to mention that, because I imagine there's going to be a deluxified version of the game, and that doesn't look like a deluxified box insert, but it looks like a really nice one.
As graphic designers for the Harry Potter films, we've worked in publishing, in product design, but when we got the invitation from a particular wizard called David Waterman...
Okay. Hopefully David Waterman is an excellent board game designer. I don't think so, though.
To bring to life his strategic game that he had conjured up in a dream, I think. It was the perfect kind of alchemy of minds to bring his thinking and our design skills together in Defenders of Hogwarts.
I went to bed one night and I literally dreamt of this game. And I woke up and I wrote it all down, and it was quite detailed. And then I started building it. Defenders of Hogwarts is a deck building game. It's collaborative as well.
Yes! Thank you! It's a cooperative deck builder! Thank you, finally someone using the terminology.
The gameplay was built around the Wizarding World through months and months of research to make sure that all of the different components of the Harry Potter world were a part of it. I wanted to have characters needing to use Alohomora spells to get through doors, or flying on a broomstick around the castle. With the gameplay,
I wanted to make the game thematic. That's what he's saying. Well, yeah. Duh! Like, more. I want more.
You either take on the role of one of the four houses, or you take on the role of the Dark Arts player.
Awesome.
And the four houses are trying to defend the castle, and the Dark Arts player is doing everything they can to stop them and take over Hogwarts.
Okay, so they're most likely going back to a very specific moment in a book that, yeah, it's cool, awesome, thank you. There we go. Why can't that be somewhere here? I guess no, and you're like, well, Defenders of Hogwarts, Force, that's in the name. No, that's just generic. Like, let me know. Reenact the ultimate scene from, and then maybe you don't want to go too spoiler or whatever, but who cares at this point? It's a 25-year-old movie and an even older book. That intrigues me as a Harry Potter fan. All right, we're going to drop you in. Voldemort's coming. Somebody's going to be controlling the dark arts, and you got to be running all around the castle defending it. I have pitched your game better in 15 seconds than you took 2 minutes to do.
The game's centered around the Hogwarts castle, so we really needed to look deeply into
Why do I care about your art director?
different forms of architecture. We looked at medieval architecture books. We looked at the blueprints from the films for Hogwarts castle itself. And we really wanted to use those forms as anchor points for the graphic language across.
We wanted to make the game look like it was a Harry Potter game. Yeah! Cool! Thank you for doing what everyone expected you to do. But then again, some companies have not. Like, we've seen some slapped-on IP titles, but, like, spending this long to just pat your back about, like, yeah.
The game.
Also, I want to...
You can really explore Hogwarts.
I want to know more about the playtesting of this game. I want to see the rule booklet. That scares me to death if they do not have a rule booklet. And I could see them pulling some kind of malarkey. We're like, we're graphic designers, we're perfectionists, we don't have a rule booklet. So I hope there's a rule booklet here. I need that.
We've put in a lot of detail.
And the reason being is I want to be so excited for this game, and I'm not. I'm concerned.
Into the different classrooms and
what I mean by that is if you put a rule booklet up, people will tear it apart for you. The rule booklet will get better. And if you don't, because you're too cowardly to do it, which is it, right? Like, your rule booklet is at some form. Like, maybe it's 25% done. Maybe you have no graphics. Throw it to the wolves. It will be worth it 1,000,000,000%. Because people will give you feedback. They will sift through that.
And the way the castle's laid out feels really immersive. And each card has got a creature, a potion, an ability, which I think...
I just want to pause here because I just hate... This feels like baby's first Kickstarter to me. Like, she's literally spotlighting how each card does a different thing. And it's like, yeah, you're not... Like,
really kind of...
As soon as you establish you're not a mass market game, which you did as soon as you handed it off to the other guy, right? Like, the first minute and a half, you're like, oh, is this like Clue plus a layer? Like, no. This is actually much more of a hobby-style game.
Allows you to flex this idea of really being a witch or a wizard.
It's about...
Yes, the card in your hand being a magical spell that you play and to discard to move an extra space is so much more thematic than a card that says move forward 1 extra space. Welcome to 1994.
Harry Potter fans being completely immersed in that Harry Potter world.
What was that? That was cool. Those are spots for things to go. See, like, yeah, that's cool. Focus on that. Don't talk to me like I haven't backed a Kickstarter before. Which, you know what, I shouldn't say, because we will check the community tab in a second.
Fun of running.
But I can't imagine. I imagine there's going to be a lot of new people to this. I'm going to go 15%.
Around the castle, throwing spells and fighting the dark arts. And for board game players, it's a really addictive
Yes! Rule booklet.
game, and it changes every time you play it, so you can play
wrong link in the video, dang it.
over and over and over, and it never gets boring.
We really hope that our board game, Defenders of Hogwarts, is the game that you've been waiting for.
Yeah. Oh, man. That just feels like someone who hasn't... I'm going to guess First Grade Zero back. Yeah, that felt like someone who hasn't backed a lot of other Kickstarter projects. I believe it's going to work for them because they have Harry Potter. And honestly, if you have a campaign and it's not working in your Harry Potter, then you probably have miscalculated wildly. But if you didn't have Harry Potter attached to this, I don't know. It's hard to dissociate. But after the video, do I want it? Yes, I do. I'm very interested in this game. It looks like it has cool mechanisms. It looks fun. I'm assuming it's 2 to 5 players. The video is droning on pretty bad. And it didn't have to. They could have cut out a minute of them puffing out their chest about, oh, look at us. We do fancy work. And, oh, I had a dream. I had a vision. And the game came to me and I wrote it all down. It's like, that's a designer diary. Go put it somewhere else or most people won't look at it. Don't put it here, okay? Like, that's not me. That is Kickstarter industry standard talking. There's a reason that most of the time we don't see designer diaries in there because they're just not the most interesting to most people, right? Because most people are backing numerous projects on Kickstarter, and your game is not special to them. However, you have Harry Potter, so it is. Good for you. Defenders of Hogwarts, 2 to 5 players, 90 minutes, age 13 plus, right there! Boom, and I wonder if they didn't want to put the 90 minutes because they were going to scare away the casuals. I wonder if that is it. Like, that feels realistic to me. But once again, you're on Kickstarter, so it's just I feel like that's important to know. Gryffindor, I don't feel like that. I know that. It's on the side of every box for a reason. Or join the Dark Forces 1 player. All right, cool. Key features, 25 years of magic after Def Days spent bringing the Wizarding World of Life or bringing the magic of MinaLima to your game table for the very first time. We're bringing not the magic of Harry Potter, but our magic. Yes, our graphic design. And it does. The board looks great. But if you handed a Harry Potter game to most publishers and said, hey, you got to make a Harry Potter board that has, you know, it's going to be based off the movies, and you're going to have a big board that you're going to be traveling around the Hogwarts, I feel like most publishers would probably crush that, especially if they're Harry Potter fans, because they'd be excited, be like, oh, we can put this, and oh, we can put that, oh, this is book 4, and there's this thing. Like, I'm excited just thinking about it as a fan of the series. Yeah. Spellbinding original artwork with 200 components, including over 100 illustrated cards. You'll discover... Okay, so 100 illustrated cards for a deck builder is not great. It's not the end of the world or anything. It's just, you know, it's not amazing. It's a fine number. It's a fine number. Over 200 components. Bursting with detail from trivia on each card to trivia on each card. Okay, that's a new one. Easter eggs around every corner or go. So you're gonna put some stuff in the art. Where's the trivia? Oh, it's on the bottom. Cool. It's so teeny tiny. I appreciate that. Excellent. It's not like interfering with anything else. Cool. Crafted with care. Okay, this is you showing us how the art has progressed. New wizarding adventure. There's you again. There's you again. There's you talking about you again. There's some of your work again. There's you again. There is you in your logo form again. That's some of your art. And hey, the box, right? We want, like, yeah, let's talk about your board game. No. Actually, I'm kidding. I'm going to go full point grade bump down because I want to know more about you, MinaLima. I really need to know more about you. What else have you worked on? No, get to the freaking game. One foil gold box. Cool. Whatever. White main board. Great. Let me know the size. Centimeters, inches. Pretty obvious. One sideboard. Cool. Looks great. Zoom in on it. 6 defense shield. What's the price? I mean, that's really the thing. What is the price here? Hopefully you get to that eventually. We got some wooden pieces. They look fine. They look, what's the word? They look elegant. They look elegant. 8 parchment scrolls, 1 room requirement board piece. There's only 1? Was that the only room that is added to the board? Because that's super disappointing. Because I was really excited when I saw that mechanism, and I'm like, oh, this is just the room requirement. Because if you need it, it pops up. Yeah, Like, if you're telling me how thematic your game is, and you're like, yeah, there's one room that can be added to the board, I say, oh, really? I wonder how thematic your expansion is. And your other expansion, oh, what's in the box? The dark arts. Okay, that's right, because we're doing the cutesy patsy cake thing, where you're going to sell me a game that's probably not all the game that you're really going to want, and we're just going to sell the expansion. Well, here's the key. Mention that. You had 3 minutes of just talking about yourself and your blah, 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 blah. Why don't you mention the expansion? Set me up for the, like, yeah. 4 Dumbledore's Army coins, 7 Hogwarts tokens, 28 House Player starter deck cards, 42 House Player acquired deck cards, so 42 cards to acquire, 11 library book cards, 21 House Player location cards. Oh, it's cool. I like the art. I like the graphic design, as I should. Player aid cards. Hopefully there's a double-sided, but that's nice looking. Like the symbology there. Good stuff. What's in the dark art boxes? Okay, yeah, because we got expansion. We didn't mention it, but here you go. The dark arts markers, 7 dark arts pawns, these things, these 3 dark arts progress tokens. Oh, they're going on a track. A board, some cards, some more cards. Excellent. Dark arts player acquired deck cards. So this is an expansion that's going to make being the one player more fun. Got it. And you could not have just included it in the base game, because surely it wouldn't fit in the box or something. What's in the box? Pledge tiers. The Defender. 1 copy of Hogwarts Altered. Thank you once again for not telling me the price. Just get to it. Now I'm starting to worry it's going to be stupidly high. Like, you'd be like, yeah, this is a $78 game, MSRP. And I say, oh, is it because you got that stupid foil? Art print. Or is it because you're giving me an art print? All tiers. Everybody, you have to have it. You have to take it. It's going to collect dust in our factory, or it's going to collect dust at your house. So we are making you take it. Sorry, Kickstarter exclusive. Everybody gets it. Okay, so that's the first pledge, which, by the way, we're not going to tell you how much it costs, but it's the game and an art print. Second pledge. Oh, it's a game with a deluxe box sleeve. Boy, howdy. Once again, another thing to collect dust. Fantastic. And you know what? Weren't you pounding your chest about how you got a stupid foil box? Why? Why am I covering your stupid foil box with a stupid foil box sleeve? Okay. Anywho, Tier 2 comes with deluxeifications. Pretty standard. Awesome. They look deluxeified. 25 premium tokens. Neato. 5 player pin sets. Color enamel pin badges. So these are pins, but they're also for in your game. So you wear it. Okay. That feels unnecessary, but okay. Cool. Protective card sleeve set. Can you just call them sleeves? 160 custom player card sleeves. Okay. Once again, thank you for not mentioning the price. Said no one. And then the collector. Now you can go over here. You can look at support, but if you're on iOS, if you're on mobile, it's an extra click that you have to make, which, you know, you don't always get to make an extra click, especially when you're at the lake. The collector, second delivery in March 2027. So, wait, when is this shipping out? This is the first. Honestly, I feel like you did a really poor job spotlighting the fact that those other ones are coming out before March 27, because that's not a long time away. Like, the fact that you're shipping this, like, you could literally just be like, hey, March 2027, this thing's coming out with it. Like, okay, so when does it ship out? Well, hopefully we'll get there. Anywho, metal player pawns. So you get these these ones that are metal, and then you have metal coins, and then you have a luxury token bag. All right, look at there. And then you have a signed artist portfolio. And there's pledge tiers. They did convert the currency, so I will say it. So $77. Yeah. I feel like if I could just revisit exactly what I said, where, is this going to be a decent price, or am I going to feel like you put something stupid in there that I didn't need and the price is going to be too high? And I say, oh, the gold foil. Oh, the art print. Is that why you're $17 over MSRP, despite the fact you don't have an impressive looking game component-wise? That is not talking about the graphic design or the artwork. I'm saying, from a manufacturing perspective, this is not an expensive game. Those are incredibly generic looking chunks of wood. Like, you make the woods. These are cardboard. That's a board. Like, nothing here. Like, that's cardboard. Those coins, cardboard. Hogwarts tokens, like nothing here. Like your cards, you got 100-ish. Why is this a $78 game? Because it's got Harry Potter, and because you're paying your graphic designers and your artists a whole boatload of cash? Probably. It doesn't feel like a good price. The initial knee-jerk reaction before shipping is, oh, it's like gonna be like $90 to $100. Okay, well, hopefully you can sell me on this. Where's the expansion? Really? You didn't feel the need to put a picture of the don't I get the Guardian? Don't I get the expansion? Am I tripping? Or is that all in the base? Is there no expansion? Did I just completely get bamboozled? Okay, what's in the Dark Arts? What's in the box Dark Arts? Okay, I'm gonna go back because I made a mistake in the last week where I couldn't figure out so what's in the box. This is Harry Potter, Defender of Hogwarts. This is what's in the box. And then they also say, hey, but what's in the box of Dark Arts? So are you just specifying the Dark Arts portions of the components in your box? Which if you are, that feels dumb and confusing and makes me think there's an expansion. And maybe that's on you, maybe that's on me, or maybe that's on Kickstarter because every single game launches with an expansion. And you're like, why isn't that just in the base game? But the deluxe box, so yeah, this one does come with, so the Guardian does not come with the, oh no, it doesn't. It doesn't come with the expansion. Okay, so none of your pledges come with the expansion. You literally just focused on all the other stuff. Wow. Just the cut of the jib or jig. I hate it. MinaLima, hate it. It feels like no one at MinaLima actually likes board games. Like, that's what it feels like. Sometimes you'll get an intellectual property game and you'll be like, man, it doesn't feel like they love this intellectual property. In this one, it just feels like, do you like board games? I'm going to guess you like puzzles. To upgrade your tier to save up to 30% off the individual pricing, shipping and sales. I think they worded it poorly. I think that is the case. I hope that's the case. I hope that their expansion is such like an afterthought. So clearly, okay, so it is. It's just worded poorly. Cool. Never mind. Excellent. So there's 3 tiers. You have the one, it doesn't feel good. You have the second one, I still don't think it feels good. And then the third one, $370? Are you kidding? Is that why you didn't put the price earlier? You're asking me to do a $250 price jump so I can get metal coins, 4 metal coins, 4. Let me make sure you, in case for the people in the back, with an F, 4, 5 generic looking pawns that if you placed them on a chessboard and you didn't look twice, you'd think they were just little chess pieces. A luxury token bag, which, by the way, I used to work as a manufacturer for Hero Time Manufacturing. I still recommend them. Those upgrades, the deluxe bags, they are not a $100 upgrade. I know a lot of people are like, wow, that deluxe bag, that must cost you, what, $70, $85? No. And then the signed artist portfolio. So you're paying for their art. 100. Oh my God, I hate it. Good for them. Good for them for making money for their artist, which is them. But man, way to make your game feel like an absolute afterthought. We don't even have a gameplay video yet. Like, we don't have a how to play. Oh, that art print. Oh boy. That's why the game was $78, because that art print actually cost $28. Now, that feels like October 2026. What? Is that when the game's coming out? So once again, I feel like you did a piss poor job spotlighting the things that people want to know. If you're shipping this game out in 3 months, I could have this for the holidays. Is this going to be its spiel? Like, all these questions, like, you should know if you had a board gamer in house. And you just, ick. A commemorative pin. That's a cool looking pin. Deluxe box. You charge $28 for your deluxe box. Are you serious, MinaLima? I have got to cover every project of yours in the future. They are charging you $28 for the box sleeve. I want to post in the comments, I don't want your game. Can I just order 3 box sleeves? Is there a way we can get a deal on box sleeves? And then set up a second account. It's like, yeah, I just want the box sleeves. So they actually take the time to make up some It's just, I just want to waste their time because $28 for your deluxe box sleeve. Why? Wow. Wooden token upgrade set. I like how the wooden tokens for $3 less than the deluxe box sleeve. Is that just your way of trying to push us towards the wooden token upgrade set? I want to go there and be like, hey, do you legitimately believe that you priced that? Because here's the bottom line. They sat down and they had a conversation. They're like, is 30 too much? You think is 30 too much? Maybe we should go check out other Kickstarter and GameFound projects to see how much they're charging for their extra deluxe box sleeves. And then we would find out that no one's doing it. And people are probably going to literally laugh at us when we see this section. What? Protective card sleeve set. Sleeves. Cool. Player pin set. $33 for 5 pins. Wow. Are they... What? What are we... That is $6.50 a pin. Man, I really feel the value there. Metal player pawn upgrade, $50. Yeah, those look like they're $10 a pop. Yeah. Oh, there's 23 of them. Okay, that actually does drastically change things. Excellent. I would spotlight that more by having a picture of 23 of them instead of a picture of 5 of them. I know that's Kickstarter industry standard, but man, how could you even put a value on this signed artist portfolio? How to play. Oh, hey, you care about how to play? Choose your side, explore the castle. I just want to see the rules in the how to play video or the gameplay video. Click here. Excellent. I bet you they wasted the back of the rule booklet. I'm calling it right now. It is all style over substance right there. Yeah, look at that. Even worse. Dear God, you're just talking about yourself. No! Put some useful information that's going to be on the table. That is nice, though. That's a very nice little glossary there. Hopefully they got the table of contents to take me to the glossary. This looks very nice, but that back, no excuse for that, even though I do love the how to play on the back. That is very useful. Put that there. All right. Anywho, Kickstarter benefits, save up to 30%. I'm glad I'm saving 30% on that $28 box sleeve, because regularly that thing would have been priced at what, like $36? And at $36 plus shipping. What's the shipping for just the box sleeves? 23 metal pawns, but still overpriced. I would agree, Magic Man, especially when they don't look that special. They just look Alibaba-esque. I don't know if that's a word, but I use it a lot on this channel. Like, if you're going to sell me these add-ons, don't make it look like you just picked a random one off Alibaba. Make it look like you picked the coolest one off Alibaba. Because that literally is kind of how it works. I've been in the... I can't even get into it. It's a wild, wild world if you work for a manufacturer. It's very cool, though. And then here's the people that did the stuff. Who's the game designer? I want to know. What has he done before? David is a multi-award-winning entrepreneur and one of the world's leading industrial designers. He graduated from the Royal College of Art in London and has worked for a range of companies such as Panasonic, AT&T, VTech. After developing a family obsession with board games, the idea for Defender of Hogwarts quite literally came to him in a dream. I would just love to listen to David talk about his game and his dream and how it came to him. But I would like to listen to him in a room with like 3 other game designers who would just immediately just throw reality on him. Be like, oh, cool. So how long did you play test it after that? Like, really? It just woke out from there? Like, what was the thing? Like really, because yeah, I would read that rule booklet 1,000% before I made a decision on this. No gameplay video? Come on. Really? US 18, 28, 36. Convert the currency. So now I'm looking at this being a $85 to $90 game. You suck. No. The price fee. How much is it? No. Just no for the first pledge. Which, by the way, I am very... I said I was going to see this at the beginning. Community. Let's see how many new people they brought in. I'm going to guess it's at least 15%. And it is, wow, 33% new people. Good for them, and it definitely shows, because I imagine if you get here and you're a board gamer, you're like, wow, yeah, I think I'll wait till retail on this one. That's this, because that's just my first. So yeah, 95 feels terrible. It just does compared to other board games. 153, so 170. So I'm at $173 for your deluxeified, but not quite deluxeified, just wooden deluxeified. And then of course, this one, 636 people. Good for them. Good for them. They cultivated their fan base and they made a whole bunch of money off their art. I hope the game is spectacular. I really do. But I'm not there. Like, I feel like all those prices are bad. Just wait till, because it's like, here's the bottom line. You think they're really going to make it so you can't pick this up after the fact? And are you really going to be that heartbroken? Like, oh yeah, I got it on Amazon for $62, next April. But I don't have the pin. I don't have the enamel pins. I don't have the art print. Like, man, good for them. Like, if you got Harry Potter, milk it dry. But this is just not on my people, not on my board gamers. And this, your FAQ, just makes me want to vomit. I'm going to go just a third of a point grade bump down because, as I always say, if your question is question number 26, then get wrecked. You got a lot of reading to do, pony boy. I'm tired of Harry Potter being used poorly in the board game space. I wish someone who actually cared about Harry Potter and board games actually made a good game one day. Magic Man 1625 with the pinned comment of the day, if I can pin it from right here. Because, yeah, last time I remember, even though I will say that CGE code names, don't sleep on that if you are not a Codenames fan, because that looks absolutely brilliant. But yeah, I think you're probably referring to that Night Games incident where they made the Quidditch game that was just an absolute nightmare. And yeah, but your FAQ here, just garbage. Go organize it like Reload from Colossal Games. And the fact that you feel like you had to answer 27 frequently asked questions should tell you how poorly you did at answering the most basics of questions. Like, and I guess it's because, and here's how you do it. A lot of companies do this. Once again, if you looked around at the industry standard, you would just have a big tab right at the beginning that said, are you new to Kickstarter? Click here. And then people would scroll past that, and then we'd actually get to the meat and the potatoes of David's brilliant vision in the middle of the night that he had to write down furiously before he lost his surely brilliant game design. All right. And I hope it is. I legitimately hope it is. It looks cool, but man, I've seen a lot of other Kickstarters that look like a lot of this, where it's just you don't seem to get what board gamers want, and that scares me if you're the one making the board game. Will there be a solo mode? Also, will the collector's components fit in the same box? Just such an obvious question that every single publisher who's done a Kickstarter too would be like, yeah, people are going to ask that. People are going to ask if your sleeves are going to fit. Like, any chance include a co-op mode so the heroes could play together rather than there being a single winner? Yeah, kind of expected. Many thanks for bringing this life in the original art studio. How very interesting. I posted a comment asking how the campaigner planned on meeting the November 2026 deadline, and my comment was deleted. Fishy. Yeah, because let's be quite frank. You are ordering a pre-order if this is, in fact, coming out in 3 months. And that's not a negative thing. There's been so many people who have been burned by, oh yeah, during the manufacturing process, we just ran out of money, folks. Whereas if you're already pre-ordering and it's coming in 3 months, that goes away. I think that used to be a dirty word in our hobby, was pre-order on Kickstarter. And I now think it's got to the point where so many just companies have just screwed the pooch that it's like, oh yeah, I feel safer now. Essentially, yes, Kickstarter is the first place where we're offering pre-sales for Defender of Hogwarts. It's the best way to ensure that you'll be among the first to get the game. And they just keep adding. Why aren't there stretch goals? Every element of Hogwarts, Defenders of Hogwarts, has been crafted with the same care and intention we bring to all of our work. We believe the greatest magic is in the details, and our team worked tirelessly to ensure that the base game is the best product it could possibly be. But before we get to a final grade, I do want to see if the designer has any game designing pedigree at all, or is just, a guy who had an idea and happens to have connections. Which, you know, like, because that's totally what it sounded like in that video, by the way. Like, you go back and watch that video, and they're like, yeah, David just walked in, and he was like, I got this vision, guys! Because it's not what you know, it's who you know. But yeah, so he's first-time game designer. And it's like so little information. Like, oh, come on. Like, just a bare-bones board game geek, because why would you need that? This could very easily be number 1 on the hotness, number 5 on the hotness. You could have a whole bunch of people in the forums pounding their chest about how Harry Potter's terrible, or how the game looks terrible, or ask a question about this, that, or the other thing, or demanding content creator videos, and instead you just have a ghost town. Well, we have actual playthrough videos posted, reviews by content creators. This is Harry Potter, so it's going to raise a bunch of money. However, there are a lot of mediocre to poor Harry Potter-themed games on the market. Before I commit my money, I have questions. Your estimated delivery this October. To hit that date, you'd need to be in production now. Fact. Are you in production? If not, what is your expected production start, and how do you plan on hitting October? Oh, I can't wait to see their answers. If you are in production or about to start, who and where are you done play testing? Have you run demos to get feedback? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. 1,000,000,000%. I go back to what I said there in that video. I didn't see a lot of play testing there. I didn't see you at conventions showcasing it and having families and gamers trying it out. I saw none of that. I saw 4 people sitting in a fancy office working on graphic design and smoking their own stash. Which doesn't mean it can't be a brilliant game, but it does lower my concern. It raises my concerns. We have a playthrough by any known reviewers before the end of the campaign. It looks like your game designer is a rookie, and that's fine, but is that correct? This person has been canceled. Hi, Mr. Steve. You have questions, and we are happy to have answers. Yes, mass production started in early May. If you missed our timeline on the shipping and taxes section of the page, we recommend checking that out. Yes, the very, 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 very bottom where no one goes because nobody... Well, actually, shipping is super important. Wait, that's your shipping section? Ah, God, I hate you. I hate you, MinaLima. I hate everything about you. What the hell is this? Why is it so hard? Everybody does the shipping the same freaking way. I did go to ship. I did go to Kickstarter. Where's the shipping? I did see a shipping chart. What am I talking about? I saw it. It was up here. Where'd it go? Yeah. Okay, never mind. The shipping is there. Yeah, that's just people being noobs. Okay? Never mind. I thought they didn't have a shipping section for a second. And not to have sent out copies of the game influenced with finished products pretty much done. Huge flag. Yeah. Like, there is... if you are not deeper in the hobby, I want you to know there is zero excuses for them not to have a content creator video. Content creators would bend over backwards to have footage, to have a clip, to have interviews about a hot Harry Potter mysterious game. Like, so don't let them say anything to the contrary. They have chosen not to have any videos on here. They have chosen not to have gameplay videos. They have chosen not to have quotes because look at our art. All right. Man, I hate the cover. Okay. Yes, mass production started early. Then mention that. Say, hey, it's coming out by the end of the year. Like, honestly, the game has been in development for over 5 years, with playtesting beginning in 2022. David, our designer, has been part of the toys and game space for many years, and Defenders of Hogwarts is his first major foray into tabletop game design. He also worked with a team of experienced designers to develop every aspect of the mechanics to capture the magic of the wizarding world and deliver this kind of gameplay like nothing previously available to fans. Then mention that somewhere else, because we are nervous that you're gonna screw it up like the last few people who have screwed it up, and everything that you've shown in this Kickstarter campaign makes me worry that you're gonna screw it up and we're gonna get a mediocre ass game that maybe might turn into a pretty good game with an expansion. But right now you're up against history and you're not doing well with board gamers. Luckily, you got the art fans. You got the Harry Potter fans, Locks, Talk, and 2 Smoke a Barrel. Good for you. We'll be sharing more about the development process throughout the campaign, as well as videos getting a closer look at the gameplay itself. So, no, we're not going to give you what you want, but we will have some things that are kind of like what you want. Can we get a pay over time option? Yeah, stretch pay, especially with how stupidly priced your game is for what you're getting. Hello, Josh. We've heard the request. We're looking into this. When did they launch? This just launched, right? Okay, this just launched a day ago. But just the sheer fact that you didn't think you might need that when you have a pledge that is $300 for a base game that should cost $60 MSRP and probably will at this time next year. Okay? Yeah, duh. You're just, like, come on. Like, it's just, and I like, you're like, wow, you're being hard. No, you're launching a multi-million-dollar Kickstarter with a Harry Potter license. You should be doing your research about the industry standards of Kickstarter, not have an FAQ that has 27 questions. What are you doing? Just came across this project, was excited at first to see what it was. But that is exactly right. Holy cow, Red Flag City. I can't help but feel like there's going to be a lot of disappointed people. It's not just me. Like, if you, like, and he's not even a super backer. It's just, it's so obvious. Could you elaborate? If this is giving you red flags, then you may want to avoid crowdfunding altogether. No. This is a special level of ignorance, and come sniff our farts with us. $28 for your box sleeve? And that's the deal. I'm seeing several rookie flags, but that's a far cry from red. Rookie flag, well, yeah. I think he's talking about how good this game is going to be. I give Jeremy the benefit of the doubt, and I feel the exact same way. This feels like a game that is probably not going to set the world on fire, which sucks, because you want it to. We all want that open world, sandbox, Harry Potter, delightful thing. There's a pretty solid deck building game, I will say, that already exists. Which is really rock solid from the op. And it has a very solid expansion, too. Rookie flags such as no reviews or playthroughs and a time lapse seems a bit too optimistic. On the other hand, the rulebook was available, which is a good move. A good move. No. That's not a good move. That is called the bare minimum. Perhaps instead of tossing out a vague comment, you could elaborate. Well, you know what? He probably doesn't want to spend 44 minutes on YouTube saying what I'm saying. Paraphrase it. Hey, Jeremy, thanks for your interest in our game. We're excited to finally be able to share more about this project that's been in the work for over 5 years. We'd be more than happy. And I will say, I actually have had this game on my radar for quite some time, but they had such a piss-poor amount of information on the internet before they launched as well. This is not a new development that there's not a lot of information on this game. Careful, your bloated self-delusional gets wedged in the door on your way out. Pretty sure we'll manage just fine without you. Yes, let's all defend their terrible industry practices. Yes, please. I hope next time they raise the price on their gold-foiled box. Since I was too vague previously, here's a list of things of potential backer I find alarming. There's zero gameplay coverage of this game. You gave a... Yeah, once again, Origins was last month. Essen was last year. Like, there has been... You've had this in development for 5 years. Like... You give a loose description of what is happening and then direct backers to the rulebook. That seems to be no discussion of the game. Well, anywhere. It's almost like it popped overnight and suddenly he's made $500,000 based on the HP theme alone. That is not true. They just had such a poor amount of information on their pre-launch page that no one covered it, including myself. I literally have checked it out quite a few times. We're like, yeah. That said, the rulebook, they didn't have a date or anything, and it's just like, come on. That said, the rulebook seems to confirm that this is basically play a card, move, and try and collect a thing while the dark player tries to land on your same spaces. Ooh, no, Jeremy, did you read the rulebooklet and tell everybody that this actually is the game that they're hoping it wasn't? Am I missing something here? It seems overly simplistic. I'm not saying the game needs to be overly complicated, but here's the thing. If it is overly simplistic, then you should not be putting ages 13 plus on your game, because that implies that there is more meat here. Also, considering it's a 90-minute game. Oh, Jeremy, you're scaring me. Am I missing something here? It seems overly simplistic. I'm not saying the game needs to be overly complicated. From what I'm seeing, it just seems like all I'm doing is moving around a board while someone else chases me. Is there more strategy involved here than what is being shown? That said, how is this Harry Potter themed other than a coat of paint? Is there more going on than I'm seeing? Can you elaborate? Not saying the art and stuff doesn't look great, but the other than moving around Hogwarts and cards having HP-themed names, what else is happening during the game to give that evocative feeling that I'm in the HP world and the cards I'm playing? Yeah, this is exactly what I said during the video when the art designer was like, oh, look at this. This one card, instead of going +1 space, has a picture of the broom, the Nimbus 2000 +1 space. Yeah, it's like, come on. What is happening? You also say the game is already in mass production, a bold move for a first-time creator. That one, first time, I wouldn't go there. Like, if you have the Harry Potter IP, like, you know you're going to go into production, and they clearly have deep pockets and connections, and I'm sure there's quite a lot of people who, when the graphic designer of Harry Potter came to them, was like, oh yeah, you remember we worked on this? Like, I'm starting a game kind of thing. I'm not worried about that nearly as much. Like, this game is going to get to you. I have no doubt in my mind this game will get to you. Now, will you enjoy this game? That I do have doubts. How is this possible? You're receiving sizable backing and funding from IP holders? Are you funding it yourself? The weird timeline definitely gives pause. I imagine so. Move on. It's the same thing with trading card games. There's probably a bunch of people here who are backing it with just a whole bunch of money. And no love for the game, I mean. Like, no excitement for the game. And that is what it is. And honestly, man, that $200 one... That $200, $300 pledge really reeks of, hey, I have wealthy friends who want to support me. Let's make a pledge so they can just get some random crap and give us a whole bunch of cash. All that said, the game seems very expensive for what it is. Yeah, way expensive, even with the IP. I get prices on everything is high, and the IP comes with a cost, but for a game that is already a mass production, supposedly with simpler components, we're talking probably 100 with shipping and some handling, even to the lowest tier. Just a hard pill to swallow with not a lot of information to go on, not to mention any questions about it have been met with comments saying, we plan to talk about that during the campaign. I'm not accusing anyone of anything foul, to be clear. I'm not saying this is a scam or games won't be delivered, just that there's quite a few things that jumped out looking at this page. Yes. Jerry, my apologies if my response comes across as curt. It's just that I use the term red flag for things that have been a failed campaign as opposed to the others. And yeah, I think that was that. If you would have led with, when he said disappointed, yeah. And I understand, yeah, I get what they're going from. You might have seen by my own comment, I already have concerns with gameplay. I already own half a dozen Harry Potter themed games. A few of them are just as you described, a lack of gameplay depth and what appears to be a Harry Potter coat of paint for theme. I'm in and a holdout until we see a gameplay video, then I can make a fully informed decision. If the fact that they didn't just answer that bluntly, like, yep, gameplay video coming, like, yeah, we'll show you some gameplay. No. Jeremy makes a great point. I think MinaLima should address each of them. Yep. If I don't see a playthrough before the end of the campaign, I won't be able to back this in good conscience for the price. Now, here's what I'd love. I'd love to be a fly on the wall of MinaLima right now and be like, are they surprised? Are you actually surprised, MinaLima? Did you think, like, that people wouldn't ask? Like, it's just, ugh. It seems like this is a game already in production. Surely it was tested. Surely it was tested, Robin. Don't you do that. So surely there's a function copy they can pull. Oh, okay. You were implying that okay, I agree with you, Robin. There 100% should be a gameplay video, but I would not assume that they did play testing a lot. Like, I would never assume that. But honestly, based on the first minute of that video, I was like, whoa, I have concerns. And just the fact that they haven't come in here and really kind of poo-pooed that. We've heard the request for a pledge over time option. We're looking into it. I guess the only way to get a response from these people is to pledge since they don't answer their messages. Who designed the game? Not the art design, but the game itself. Well, Bruce, you might want to go watch their bloated video past the first minute mark, and then you will finally start to get the meat and potatoes. And does the box account for storage without sleeves? Just come on. Obvious question. One whole post on BGG on the game's forums. It's beautiful. I love when people out of their element just drop in and they're like, yeah, we're not going to look at the industry standard. Even though the one pledge option has sleeves doesn't mean your box accepts them. Dave Waterman is the game designer. It says so on the campaigns page. Award winning with 0 credits on Board Game Geek. Oh, and you asked for the name. I gave you it. You can even see him on the campaign video. Hi, Bruce. Thanks for your patience. We're getting back all the messages and comments. We've been completely wowed by the response. If you missed the About Our Team section and video on our page, recommend checking these out for more information. Our game designer is David Waterman. We're excited to introduce him more to you all throughout the campaign. We'll be sharing lots more about the design process and gameplay, too. And yes, we've considered the card sleeves when designing the box. The tray was created to fit the cards with all their Kickstarter exclusive sleeves on. Oh boy, I'll go for a couple more, but I'm sick of this. You keep saying on people's comments you'll share more about certain things throughout the campaign. But how about you want money and people to trust that this game designed by someone who has never designed a game before? You just share everything up front instead of dragging people along. Honestly, the only thing you've gotten going about this game is the IP and the artist, but neither of those things guarantees a good game. Everyone is saying the same thing on BGG. 0 reviews and play. Yeah. I'm hoping to get this one played at Gen Con, but I imagine they probably won't be there because what? They're like, what's Gen Con? What's Essen? Okay. Final grade for Defender of Hogwarts, a board game by MinaLima. Do I want it? Yes, I do. I'm a Harry Potter fanboy. I literally just said, I don't think this game is going to be great. I will say that. I don't think this game will be very good to most people until it gets an expansion or two. Saving myself there. And I do want it. I think the board looks nice. It looks fun enough. And it's just, yeah, slap me with another mediocre game. It's fine. I'll take it. I like One Versus All. I like Harry Potter. But dear God, wait for retail. Because how much is it? Is terrible. Your price is terrible. I would say your price felt terrible if you had a gameplay video. I would say your price felt terrible if you had a how-to-play video. I would say your price didn't feel good if you didn't have that stupid art print there. I just think it's a bad price. But luckily, you got Harry Potter. Your second tier also doesn't feel like a great price. Hey, you want $153? Like, it's a simple deck building game for $153? Oh, no. Let's bump it up to $371. Just, how much is it? Check minus. Get wrecked. In fact, check minus. I'm going with a full third of a point grade bump down on my grade for how much is it. Because not only do you have bad prices, but you have prices that legitimately, I laughed at you. I legitimately scoffed and laughed at your pledge area because of how out of your freaking element you are. Check minus. May God have mercy on your soul. And then how much is it? Or do I want it? Yeah. Can you do it? Yeah. It's a pre-order. This game will get to you. Is it well designed? I don't know. I would read that rule booklet. 100%, which is, 20-ish pages. It looks good from the start, but I would do that because this is a big investment, and it's a big investment that you could easily get after the fact. This is going to be available after retail. So final grade is we're in the D range. I guess, what did they do well? Main image sucks. Description sucks. Video didn't feel like it was good. Felt like it was bloated and long and just sniffing your own farts and not focusing on your board game at all. And then when you did focus on your board game, you're just sniffing more of your own farts. Oh, it came to me in a dream and I wrote it down and it was brilliant and we brought it to life. Yeah, whatever. You think Reiner Knizzi's 100+ games released that came to a dream and they were brilliant? No. You didn't mention playtesting. You have no images or videos or discussions about that. You did nothing on your Board Game Geek. You have nothing here that really feels like, wow. Except for Harry Potter and a rule booklet to read. So your final grade is a D-. Like, I don't care. It made $600,000. This was a piss poor ran Kickstarter. Like, I am legitimately a diehard Harry Potter fan, and I was so excited for this. And I was extra excited because of the lack of information I could find pre-launch. But I did have in the back of my head, like, oh man, that kind of concerns me. And all those concerns came true. Will it get to you? Yeah. But will it be good? Probably. I would not imagine so. Defender vs. Hogwarts, a board game by MinaLima. I would wait until retail, or I would, at the bare minimum, force their hand to put out a gameplay video. And the fact that I have to say that, come on. D-. Let me know in the comments below what's your final grade for Defenders of Hogwarts, a board game by MinaLima. And in the comments below, do you care that a game is from the graphic designer of an intellectual property? If there's a Jaws game that comes out in the future, you're like, oh my gosh, the designer of the game, or the people making the game, or the graphic designers for Jaws, do you care? Like, and I guess Jaws is a weird example. Let's say, what's a good one? I'd say a popular, let's say The Matrix. Let's just say there's a Matrix board game. Like, you'd be excited, but are you more excited because the graphic designers of The Matrix are on it? I don't think so. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube. And if you have a request for a show, drop it in those comments below. Bye-bye.